And we are back. Pokemon White, Hardcore Nuzlocke. The run continues. We are on our way to gym number 6 here. We just found N in Chargestone Cave. We're going to be fighting him in just a moment here. But first, let's see what we get for that first encounter in Chargestone Cave. This is a 2% chance you get the Dynamo here, which goes into the Electros, which is really nice. However, I was hoping for a Pharaoh Seed, the little steel grass ball there, because Ferrothorn is such a beefy tank and a very fun unique typing with the grass steel. So a little bit disappointed that we didn't get one of those. It was a 20% chance to find one of those, but honestly, I was pretty confident that the Joltik was going to be our encounter anyway, so I'll take the Dynamo. We'll spice it up a little bit, but the team is looking really good, and I'm very excited for this end fight. We chuck the Great Ball, secure the Dynamo, and now we are on to that battle. Let's do it. All right, it is time for Team Plasma N. Right here at the very end of Charstone Cave, we beat like 15 Team Plasma Grunts and a couple Ace Trainers. No issues there, and now it is time to take on N once again. Bulldor comes down. His levels are getting up there a little bit more this time. And we are just going to Volt Switch with our tiny little Emolga here, doing some massive chip damage, almost popping Sturdy right off the bat. And we are just going to opt into, I believe, Edward, our starter. Get our pre-evolution of Superior in there. Bulldor gets some massive defense, but it won't be enough. And Leaf Blade comes down. Leaf Blade is a really nice grass type move, so glad we could learn that recently. And now Joltik comes down. The Bug Electric, really good because the Bug typing blocks the ground weakness, but we're just going to get Elite Seed down. I was flirting with a Bug Bite there or a Bug Buzz that could have been super effective onto our grass typing, but that's okay. Now we have a really clean swap with the Elite Seed healing whatever Joltik is going to want to do. So Mustang gets back out there. The Flying Chipmunk, an absolute staple of this run. Critical hit comes down, but the static in return. Really good stuff there. The Elite Seed healing us back up almost to full. And now we're just going to go in for an Acrobatics. Since we don't have an item on the Emolga, the Acrobatics does double damage, which is just fantastic. Clink comes down. The gears are turning, but it won't be enough as Emolga hits with another Volt Switch. And we are going to get Olivier, the Scraggy, into the battlefield here. Charge Beam comes down, a high chance of raising the special attack there as it does, but again, it will not be enough. The bricks are broken and Clink is gone. And I do believe that leads to the final Pokemon, Ferroseed, the one we were just talking about in the intro here. Was really hoping we could get one, but instead Scraggy is going to have to put down ends. The defense gets raised, but it's just delaying the inevitable as Olivier puts down the Ferroseed. Iron Barbs is a really good passive, but a passive is not enough. N is defeated. We have made it through Charstone Cave, and now on to one or two more encounters, and then gym number 6. Let's do it. For our Route 7 encounter, it is going to be the Zebstrika. Way back in like Route 2 or 3, I was looking for that Blitzel. We couldn't get it, but the Zebstrika pops up here. We do secure after a long, drawn-out battle. Add it to the team. Then for our Celestial Tower encounter, it is going to be the cute little candle Litwick. We chuck the heal ball, and it decides to join the roster right here, right now. And we have arrived at gym number 6 with Skyla and her 3 Flying-type Pokemon here. The only issue I really have is the Swoobat using Attract, since 5 of my 6 Pokemon are male, and it is a female. So that could really screw us up because that 50% chance of falling in love every turn is just really brutal and could let the bat kind of get out of hand. On top of that, both of my fast electric types have a negative speed nature. If you see that on the left side of the screen right there, you get plus special defense and then minus speed there, and then you get plus attack, which is actually pretty good, but then minus speed. So it's really tough whenever you lose either the speed stat or whichever attack stat is beneficial for that Pokemon. So like right here, you wouldn't want Zebstrika to have a plus special defense minus attack nature. So sometimes it's just better to get those neutral natures, but you literally can't control it. It's all up to chance with the encounters. So you're just going to have to wing it. But yeah, that just adds to the Nuzlocke, I think. If you just get a bunch of Pokemon with negative natures, it's just going to make the run a little bit more challenging, since sometimes that is the difference between a one-shot or leaving the Pokemon in the red. So with all of that pre-cap out of the way, it is time to take on Skyla here. The Swoobat comes down. Now, because of how fast the Zebra is, we might still be able to outspeed here. And because of the attract play, I think we're just going to lead straight into the Volt Switch, but it goes for an Amnesia, and now this Volt Switch is not going to be doing much at all. Unfortunately, that means I should have went for Spark. I was actually just thinking the Swoobat would go for Attract, but that is fine. Swoobat is now in a nice range here, and I think we're actually going to go for Spark now because that Amnesia is really going to add up. The benefit of going slower there is that Mulga didn't have to eat anything upon switching in, which is good. And now I think, yeah, we're just going to lean into the Spark. That should finish the bat. Heart Stamp comes down. No flinch would be beautiful. And there isn't a flinch, so just some chip damage. And the Emolga drops back and hits the bat with a Spark. Really good stuff right there. 1 down, 2 to go. Let's do it. There we go. Good stuff. Pheasant comes down. And honestly, just we're looking at like normal type and flying type moves. So Emolga should be just fine here. Again, that negative speed nature might come into play. But I really like Emolga. Let's stay in and use Spark. Here we go. We also have a chance of paralysis, whether the Unfezant hits us and potentially gets a static, or we could just go for a Leer. You know, a little intimidated by the Flying Chipmunk. You got to respect that. But another Spark here should be good night for the Unfezant. And that just leaves Skyla, or Swanna, I should say. That leaves Skyla's ace, Swanna. Same typing as Gyarados. Really enjoy that. Swanna will always have a special place in my heart as it won us our White 2 Hardcore Nuzlocke with the fadeaway critical. But right here, right now, we can go for Spark and we can go for Volt Switch. It really doesn't matter. It's just, can Mustang die to something from one shot from that range? If we get outsped and then Swanna crits like a Bubble Beam, do we lose our Emolga? I'm going all in on Volt Switch. Okay, it goes for Aqua Ring. Really, if it used Bubble Beam and crit one shot the Emolga from that range, oh my gosh, I don't even know. But the Volt Switch comes down. This is going to do massive damage. It should one shot. It should one shot, and it absolutely does. And Skyla is defeated. That is 6 gym badges. We only have 2 left. Doing really good this run. We haven't lost anybody. All of the experience and other runs that we've done in the past are really adding up. This one's been a lot of fun. And I do believe the next gym leader has Ice-type Pokemon. And we have quite a few fighting types that we can utilize. Even maybe 1 or 2 fire types as well. So got to look out for that. But as always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.